尊传承大加持，阿弥陀佛。法会即将开始，手机请关机或调整为震动静音模式，谢谢大家。
Okay, this is off, but already on. Oh, that one? Oh. Today, at the Taiwan Lei Tsang Temple in southern Taiwan, we have the Home Tara Homa fire offering ceremony presided over by our lineage Guru, the founder of True Buddha School, His Holiness Living Buddha Lian-Sheng. Now we are welcoming the entrance of our lineage Guru, His Holiness Living Buddha Lian-Sheng, Simu, and the assembly of masters to enter into the ceremonial hall. Let's join our palms with reverence and recite the root Guru mantra.
传承上师圣尊莲生活佛上香。
Inviting our lineage Guru, His Holiness Living Buddha Lian-Sheng, to make an offering of incense. Create homage using visualization for Student Guru and all Buddhas. Visualize for procession on the ground. Release the mudra. Second to all Bodhisattvas. Visualize for procession on the ground. Release the mudra. Third to all Hedukas and Dharma protectors. Visualize for prostration on the ground. Release the mudra. Fourth hekpa. Inviting the Supreme Dharma King, His Holiness Living Buddha Lian-Sheng, to ascend to the Dharma throne. Inviting Sumu Vajramaster Lian-Sheng to take the Dharma seat. Inviting Rinpoche and the Dharma Masters to please take the Dharma seats. Inviting all the referents, our distinguished guests, and all participants to please be seated. First of all, we would like to extend our warmest welcome to the precious lineage root Guru, His Holiness Living Buddha Lian-Sheng. We would also like to extend warmest welcome to Sumu Vajramaster Lian-Sheng, and also welcome to Rinpoche, all participating masters reference, our guests of honors, and all participants from all over the world. Thank you for your participation and support in the ceremony. The offering of Hatha. Let's join our palms with great reverence, and we would like to invite Vajramaster Lian Tong to represent all of us to present the offering of Hatha to the lineage root Guru as a symbol of the highest honor. With utmost reverence, we invite His Holiness to transmit the Dharma of the Hom Tara or Hom Swaradana Dini Dara. Form Padma Kumara Mudra. Visualize our lineage Guru, His Holiness Living Buddha Lian-Sheng, sitting on top of our heads, radiating light to bless us. Recite the Dut Guru long mantra 7 times to pray for lineage blessings. Perform the four immeasurable visualization. On your right, ancestors and relatives from the father's side. On your left, from the mother's side. Behind you, friends and teachers. In front of you, enemies and debtors and all sentient beings. Visualize the practice together and ultimately attaining Buddhahood. The wake-up call. Inviting His Holiness to set ceremonial demarcation to bless the prayers, registration forms, and the homework cards with Vajrabell and scepter. Recite purification mantras. Invocation mantra. We sincerely invoke the lineage root Guru of True Buddha School, His Holiness Living Buddha Lian-Sheng, the main deity of the ceremony, the Khom Samtara. We sincerely invoke the lineage gurus of True Buddha School, the Dharma Buddha, the 5 Dhyani Buddhas, Namo Sakyamuni Buddha, Namo Golden Mother of the Primordial Jetpan, True Buddha School 8 primary deities, the Taiwan Lei Tsang temples, all Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, Herukas, Dhammapalas, Dakinis, and divinities, the Heavenly Fire God, the True Buddha Assembly Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, Herukas, Dhammapalas, Dakinis, and divinities, all Buddhas of the 3 times in the 10 directions, all Bodhisattvas and Mahasattvas, great homage for student Guru and all Buddhas. Visualize for prostration on the ground, release the mudra. Second to all Bodhisattvas. Visualize for prostration on the ground, release the mudra. Third to all Erukas and Dharma protectors. Visualize for prostration on the ground, release the mudra. Fourth head bow. Great mandala offering. Visualize the offerings of the ceremony that includes flowers, incense, lamb, tea, fruit, mounds of rice, sweet nectars, delicious food, and precious jewels. Transform to fill the whole space and make the offering above the lineage root Guru, the main deity of the ceremony, Khom Samtara, and all Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, Herukas, Dhammapalas, Dakinis, and divinities. And below to all sentient beings, visualize they gladly accept the offerings. Recite the offering verse and mantra. Mount Meru, 4 continents, and sun and moon transform into precious offerings for the Buddhas. May these wondrous treasures and merits purge our karma to a love of self-realization. Visualize our lineage root Guru, all the lineage Gurus, Buddha jewel, Dharma jewel, and Sangha jewel to form bright white light to empower us. Recite the mantra. Armor protection. Form Vajraklap's mudra. Reset the mantra. As you release the mudra, visualize 4 rays of blue lights on our 4 sides, transforming to become Vajra protectors, protecting practitioners and the ceremony. Inviting souls to perform blessings with mala. We're inviting the assembly to please stand up. And with the greatest reverence, we are inviting His Holiness to perform the ritual of opening the Homa fire pit, to set ceremonial demarcation around it, to make all the offerings, to perform mudra transformations for purifications, enhancements, magnetization, subjugation, and bardo deliverance. The assembly will be reciting the heart mantra of the main deity of the Homa ceremony today, the Hom Sound Tara, the Hom Swaranadini Tara.
吽 吽
enter into samadhi. Visualize the main deity merges with the Homa fire, and with you perform 9 cycles Buddha breathing and enter into samadhi. Recite that mantras of the 8 principal deities. Incan Buddha Amitabha, homage to the 36,119,500 Buddhas with the same name and identification of Amitabha. Homage to the 36,119,500 Buddhas with the same name and identification of Amitabha. Homage to the 36,119,500 Buddhas with the same name and identification of Amitabha. Merit dedication. May all uphold the Buddha, ascend to the realm of utmost bliss, repairing fall of generosities from above, aiding those in the 3 realms below. Upon seeing the Buddha, may we transcend life and death. Like the Buddha, may we liberate all. Inviting our lineage Guru to perform the overall merit dedication. Homage to the main deity of Homa, the Hom Swarana Dini Tara, or Hom Sound Tara. Homage to the main deity of Homa, the Hom Sound Tara. Homage to the main deity of Homa, the Hom Sound Tara. We pray to the white Hom Sound Tara to empower and bless the virtuous spirits, the to be reborn into the pure Buddha land. We pray to the white home syllable to bless all participants, to eradicate karma, to alleviate sicknesses. We pray to the yellow home character to bless all participants, so that everyone becomes the yellow home character. May they be endowed with abundant resources and good fortunes. And we pray to the red home character to bless all participants, so that everyone lives in harmony with love and respect, and in their work environment and at home and in society they have harmony, love and respect, and in their spiritual cultivation too. And in the whole world may there be harmony, love and respect. We pray to the blue home character to bless all participants. May all obstructions vanish. May all karma be cleared. May all demonic calamities be eliminated. May all sicknesses due to ghosts and spirits be eliminated. Wholeheartedly we pray to the home sound Dharma to bless us so that we benefit from our spiritual cultivation. May we emit light in our bodies. May we improve our spiritual fruition to beautify the Buddha lands. May all of our prayers be granted. To the gods of heaven, gods on earth, may we be far from all calamities. May all calamities abandon us. Let all disasters turn into dust. May all enemies and enmities vanish. May all obstructions and hindrances disappear. We say 100 syllable mantra 3 times.
Om Bitsa Sato Samaya Manupanaya Bitsa Sato Deyo Patisa Sato Mipawa Sato Kayo Mipawa Sato Kayo Mipawa Anrato Mipawa Sawa Sati Mipawa Yasa Sawa Kama Satsame Chitamo Saledon Guru Ha 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 Pakavan Sawa Sato Samaya Malu Palaya Pitsa Sato Dairu Patisa Setsu Mipawa Sato Kayu Mipawa Supu Kayu Mipawa Anurato Mipawa Sawa Sati Mipulaya Sawa Kama Susame Chitano Solidan Guru Ha 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 ho Pakawan Sawa Tatakata Pinsan Mitsubawa Mahasamaya Sato Ahum He Pitsa Sato Samaya Malupalaya Pitsa Sato Delu Patisa Setsu Mipawa Sato Kayu Mipawa Supu Kayu Mipawa Anurato Mipawa Sawa Sati Mipulaya Sawa Kama Sutsame Chitano Solidan Guru Ha 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 ho Pakawan Sawa Tatakata Pizzama Mementa Pitsupawa Mahasamaya Sato Ahum
Great home is using visualization, first the root Guru and all Buddhas. Visualize for prostration on the ground, release the mudra. Second, all bodhisattvas. Visualize for prostration on the ground, release the mudra. Third, to all herokas and Dharma protectors. Visualize for prostration on the ground, release the mudra. Fourth, half bow. Recite completion mantra. The ceremony has come to a completion, and we are truly grateful to our lineage Guru for presiding over this home Santara ceremony. As we all know that His Holiness just returned to Taiwan from Malaysian Dharma trip, and there were tens of thousands of participants. And there were many people everywhere, and they were very anxious to see His Holiness. And some have not seen him for decades. Some have never seen Grandmaster before. And the trip was very, very busy, very tight schedules. And there wasn't enough time to sleep. There were some nights that His Holiness only slept 2.5 hours, and typically 4 hours of at most 5 hours sleep every day. So it was quite exhaustive. But His Holiness has been very strong, regardless. So I hope that we treasure that we have such a good and close affinity to be able to see His Holiness very easily here in Taiwan. So the Malaysian trip was for 8 days. And this is the short clip of it. So His Holiness is like the sun walking into darkness, bringing light to everybody's heart. The first visit was to a chapter called Chun Ping Thang in Subang Jaya. And the second visit was to the Prajna temple in Klang. With the painful heart, we pray for purification. Each of our thoughts are mindful of the lineage Guru. And the third stop was at the Zixing chapter. His Holiness is truly compassionate, that everything that he does is for the sake of sentient beings. And the fourth is the grand ceremony of the Mahatara Heruka in KL. It was attended by close to 40,000 participants from all over the world. There were many miracles happening at the ceremony and following the grand ceremony. We all pray that the Buddha could continually stay in samsara to turn the Dharma wheel for the benefit and salvation of all sentient beings. The fifth stop was at the Ipoh Lei Tsang temple in Ipoh. That was the place where they suffered greatly from the disturbances of the ghost. And there was the empowerment, like the water flow that never stops from the sky, and it was really shone in the sky with the clouds. And the sixth stop was the Taiping temple, and the seventh stop was the nursing home or the senior home near Ipoh. The eighth stop was at the Zixing Lei Tsang temple, which is the new temple that will be built very soon. And the ninth stop was at the Sabah Lei Tsang temple in Sabah, the East Malaysia. The 10th stop was at the Benjie Lei Tsang temple, also near Kiki, Kota Kinabalu in Sabah. The 11th stop was at the Lian-Hu Lei Tsang temple in Tawau, on the east coast of Sabah state. And this is the mangosteen tree that Grandmaster planted 24 years ago. The 12th stop was at the Lianping Lei Tsang temple, was also in Tawau, Sabah. It was built by a group of youngsters 24 years ago, starting 24 years ago. The 11th stop was at the Huayan temple in Johor Bahru. The 14th stop was at the Chuanli Lei Tsang temple, also near Johor Bahru in Pontian Kecil. On December 20th, 2017, His Holiness said, as long as you stick to it, that we will always be together. And Grandmaster said, I am willing to offer my life, my body and soul for the sake of sentient beings. Isn't our lineage Guru, our Grandmaster, great? We are truly grateful to Grandmaster. His Holiness really give his most at 73 every day, only sleep at most 4 hours, and have wake-up calls at 4:30 and get on the plane really early in the morning, and we even flew twice in a day to visit all the different temples in Malaysia. And this is for the salvation of sentient beings in Malaysia. So we pray to the Home Sound Tara to bestow good and strong body to His Holiness. So may he continue his salvation and Dharma propagation in a good body. Grandmaster, we truly love you. We haven't seen Grandmaster for a while now, so now let's join our palms with great reverence, and together let's invite His Holiness to bestow the precious Dharma teaching. First, let's pay homage to the lineage gurus. Homage to the Venerable Monk Liao-Ming. Homage to Master Sakya Zhengkong, the Dezhong Rinpoche. Homage to His Holiness the 16th Karmapa. And homage to Master Thubten Darji. Homage to the three jewels of the altar. Homage to the main deity of Homa today, the Hom Swarana Dini Tara, or the Hom Sound Tara. So, all Dharma masters, Dharma educators, Thubten Siddhi Rinpoche, Dharma teachers, Dharma instructors, Dharma assistants, directors of temples and chapters. And our participating VIPs today are the Chief Secretary to the Taiwan government, Mr. Tseng Pei-Fu and Mrs. Tseng. The academician from Academia Sinica of Taiwan, Professor Zhu Si-yi and Mrs. Zhu. From the Zhongshan Medical College Affiliated Plastic Surgery Department, the head of the department, Dr. Zheng Seng-Long. The law advisor to Tribhuda School, Dharma Sister Jennifer Zhou. And Tribhuda School Scholars Group and Medical Group. From Jingyi Enterprise Company General Manager Ms. Zhang Yizhen. From Xiangling Engineering Company, the CEO, Dr. Xie Si Peng. The Spring Breeze Transforming to Rain Association CEO Ms. Xu, rep to the Council of Tainan, and the rep to the Council of Taipei City. From Brazil, the Chinese Chambers of Commerce Vice President Ms. Zhou Wenyi. Mr. Zhu Jinshui and Mrs. Zhu. The President of the Worldwide Lotus Light Charity Society and the producer of the Great Perfection Dharma Hevaja Exposition and 12 Messages of Tantrayana, Master Lian Yu, and the host Dharma Sister Pei Jun, and the host to Lamdre, the Sutra of Perfect Enlightenment, Master Lian Hai, Master Lian He, and Master Lian Jia. producers for Kini Tiansang Shinten from CTI-TV Taiwan, Dharma Sister Rebecca Shiachi, and gratitude for 100,000 NT dollars donation to Mr. Liao Benrui and Dharma Brother Xiao Zijie and family. Good afternoon, everybody. How do you do? Selamat ulang tahun. Last Thursday, we just got back from Malaysia. And in 8 short days, we felt that we have done so much. And personally, we went to KL and then to Ipoh, Taiping, and Lubian. And we went to a senior home or nursing home. And then we went to the East Malaysia because those were the temples that we have not been before. And then we went to Sabah, and we went to Sabah Lei Tsang Temple and Penjie Lei Tsang Temple. And then we flew to Tawau, and there were Tawau Lei Tsang Temple and the Lian Temple. And Grandmaster never had any script for my talks, including the grand ceremony in KL. There were no scripts. So with the blessings of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas and the protection of the protectors, I receive blessings. And everything went quite well this trip. We woke up at 4:30 in the morning and slept at 1:30 a.m. or 2 a.m. There were twice like that. And then there were 2 other days that we woke up at 5 a.m. And then one day we woke up at 6 and then 7. So it was always very early. There was only once that we woke up at 7. The rest we woke up 6, 5 and 4:30. Well, we're lucky that we could come back safely or in one piece. So I learned to sleep in the car, and good thing that I kept my spirit energy and spirit up. And there were rumors about fainting in the airport. It wasn't that bad. That wasn't the case, because I didn't sleep enough, so my blood pressure went up. So the first time it was 177 and 178, and underneath it's like 80 to 84. So my head was a little bit dizzy, but the rumors that I was fainting in the airport and I almost lost my life, no, that was not so bad, and it wasn't that like that. And then, after the blessings of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas and the appearance of Amitabha giving me a cup of ambrosia, and my blood pressure went from 178 to 150. And this morning I measured my own blood pressure. It was 140. My blood pressure typically is around 134 to 137 for the systolic, and the diastolic is 70 or 75. So 134 to 137 over 70 to 75, and the heartbeat's around 65. So this morning is 134, which is slightly high, but I try to keep it below 130. So now mine is still 134 to 137, so not quite there yet, so I have to find a way to lower it a little bit. But what people are saying, they exaggerated. When I woke up one morning, having the wake-up call, I opened my eyes. It was completely dark at 4:30, and I couldn't remember where I was, and I had to find the switch to the lights, and it took about 10 minutes to finally find it. And then I came to my senses and realized that I was in Malaysia. Sometimes having this physical body, when we wake up, We don't know where we are. And only after you look around, then you realize that now you're in Taiwan. So today we perform the Homa of the Home Sound Tara. The white home is for purification. The yellow home is for enhancement or enrichment. The red home is for magnetization, for harmony, love and respect. And the blue or black home is for subjugation. So as I have said before, she's the deity for karma practices. It was first transmitted in Kaohsiung. A man told a woman, you know, every time I see you, I would think of Kaohsiung. And because there's the love river in Kaohsiung, the woman thought, oh, so we have fallen in love, or fallen into the river of love. But the man said, no. Whenever I see you, I think of Kaohsiung Mayor Chen Ji. Only Taiwanese knows of this mayor, Kaohsiung Mayor. But in Kaohsiung, I performed the ceremony of the Home Sound Tara. So I was thinking of this joke about Kaohsiung. Please don't blame me, okay? Because this joke I didn't create, it's from the internet. So not very many people from the DPP party were ever imprisoned, but Chen Ji was. But the people from Kaohsiung had a good impression of her. Are people from Kaohsiung here? Takao is the name in Japanese. And in English it will be Kaohsiung. That was the city where I had stayed for 19 years of my life. So as we know, the Home Swaranadini Tara is a deity for karma practices. I just saw the Home Tara earlier, not long after I said I saw the Home Tara. So she's even more beautiful than the image here. She's the ultimate drop-dead gorgeous. Only then I knew that Taras are extremely beautiful. The Dakinis, the goddesses and the Taras are extremely gorgeous. I went to Malaysia, to Yibao and Taiping, and Dubian. These three places have many beautiful girls. And really, wherever I look, there are beautiful girls. Huh? Oh, the line dance members in Malaysia were very young and beautiful. They're all from 20 to 30s at most, and they're truly sunny line dance group. But the Taiwan sunny line dance group, the young ones married right away, like 5 or 6 of them. And the rest you should have changed your name, or you should have recruit younger members. Otherwise, it's just so hard to watch. So please find a way. Who's responsible for the Sunny Light Dance group? Dharma Sister Francis. So you should recruit new members. Like between 20 and 30 years old. Like over 30, that would be like the old ladies line dance group. And Simu danced with the Malaysian Sunny Line Dance group. And looking at that group, Simu was still like a flower, a young flower. Really? She has beautiful legs. Looking from afar, Simu joined the Sunny Line Dance group, and she still have very slim and nice figure. And they never practice together. They just practice based on the internet. And yet they all dance very beautifully, and they all matched. So I felt that this Malaysian trip, that she danced in West Malaysia and also in East Malaysia, there were several songs each place. So, just now, I watched the Merry Christmas dance by the Taiwanese Sunny Line Dance Group. Although the age is slightly higher, but they have very nice dance postures. That the dances were good and the bodies were also good. I have to say this in order to comfort them. Today we will continue to talk on Lamdre, the Vajra verses. Recently, there were a total of 9 versions of Lamdre. And the one that we use here is by Virupa. And Virupa's lineage the most important one is Chokmi. From Virupa to Tibet is to Drokmi Yeche Lotsawa. So Drokmi Sakya Lotsawa personally met Virupa. And Virupa had 3 disciples with lineage. The Pandita told Drokmi Lotsawa there were actually 9 gurus in the Sakya lineage. There was an acharya that I knew of that wrote about Lamdre from mundanity to fruition. There were 9 lineage gurus in total. There were 2 lineages there. And Virupa, what I had seen were these 4 lineages, and there were 5 more. That I haven't seen, including the Mahamudra Dharma was included in Lamdre. So Lamdre is very broad and very deep. So the Indian patriarchs were 9 of them that transmitted Lamdre. So the paths 20 Dharma So for the base empowerment, secret empowerment, wisdom empowerment, fourth empowerment, and they all have the path realization, interest, moment of death, and fruit. So after receiving the empowerment, so you need to be in a continuum on the path. So you continually practice or cultivate spiritually on the path. So first, to receive empowerment, one is required to stay on the path, altogether referred as the path 20 Dharma. And the verse on the path, the instructions of the 4x5 development stages, etc. And for each of the empowerment, there is a different kind of continuum. There are different methods of practice for each of the empowerments. And you cultivate one by one continually, and that's the meaning of this continuum. So what is the path? What is the realization? What is the interest? What is the moment of death? And what is the fruit? So there are 5 questions asked for each of the empowerments. So in your spiritual cultivation, you need to comprehend what is the path and what kind of realizations they are, what is the interest, and what should you do at the moment of death, and what is the fruit. And the four paths of the 4 levels of empowerments are: the cause for gathering and generating meditation is called the path of merit accumulation. You need to gather and generate merits that can generate meditation. This is the path of merit accumulation. It focuses on the merits of spiritual cultivation that can rise to meditation. This is the path of merit accumulation. And what is the path of merit accumulation? Is you use the merits of doing good, of helping others, of giving, to become affinity with meditation. The 4 kinds of spiritual experiences attained through realization from the practice of the 4 paths are determined to be the warmth of knowledge on the preliminary path. So the 4 paths are the path of merit accumulation, the preliminary path, the path of seeing, or seeing the path, practicing the path. They are the 4 kinds or the 4 paths. And your spiritual experience is also divided into 4 based on these 4 paths. So the warmth knowledge of the preliminary path. So the 4 kinds of spiritual experiences. This is considered the path of merit accumulation, or the path of the preliminary practice. It advocates merit accumulation, which is generated through passing of many hands and places of the 2 paths of the preliminary practices. So both the path of merit accumulation and the path of preliminary practices are intertwined together. The merit accumulation. If the interest has shifted and turned, and it is referred as the seeing of the path, practicing the path, and the ultimate path of no learning, then the interest can rise to yogic experiences. So what is the interest of the school? Each of the empowerments has its own interest of the school. So if the interest has shifted and changed, then it is referred as seeing the path, practicing the path. So you reach the out-of-worldly path only after you see the path. And the earlier two paths, the path of merit accumulation and the path of preliminary practices, are considered worldly. And the out-of-worldly path starts from seeing the path, practicing the path. So you start the practice only after you see the path. And then the ultimate path of no learning. That's the ultimate. Then the interests can rise to yogic experiences. Like the yogic experiences of the 10 bodhisattva hoods. First is the bodhisattva ground of joy and bliss, extremely blissful. And this is the first ground of bodhisattva hood. So divided into 10 grounds of bodhisattva hood. And the 13 grounds are the Buddhahood. So if based on the 13 grounds and their penetration into for cultivation, one will attain the 4 bodies, which is the Nirmana Kaya, Sambhuga Kaya, Dharma Kaya, and the true Kaya. So the first level empowerment, you can attain the Nirmana Kaya. And the second level empowerment, you can attain Sambhuga Kaya. The third level empowerment, you can attain the Dharma Kaya. And the fourth level empowerment, you can attain the true Kaya. The true Kaya fruition. So you attain the 4 bodies and the fruit will arise. So what that means, from your yogic experiences, you would realize that you have passed through the 13 grounds. And then at the first level, when you have fruition from the first level empowerment, you will attain Nirmana Kaya. And the second level would be Sambhuga Kaya. And then third level empowerment's fruition is the Dharma Kaya. And the fruition of the fourth level empowerment is the true Kaya. So those are the 4 bodies or the 4 Kayas. These are all very deep and profound. But I have provided the explanations. So if you truly practice, then you would understand. If you're still on the path of merit accumulation or the path of preliminary practices, then your spiritual experiences would be different. And when you have seen the path, then your experience is different. And Grandmaster has seen the path. And what is that? That is enlightenment. Seeing the path is enlightenment. So after enlightenment, you start your practice, your true practice. Then each of the yogic experiences are different. On each path, the yogic experiences are different. So it's divided into 13 grounds. The wife told the husband, if someone offered $10 million to buy me, are you willing? And the husband replied, definitely not. And the wife was pleasantly surprised. Why? Because I don't want to earn money due to bad conscience. So it's a kind of feeling. So the wife first felt really happy, thinking that the husband really loved her, but the husband's reply was not so. So when the reality doesn't match with your feeling, if you are in spiritual union in the Vedic empowerment, or yogic response in the Vedic empowerment, that you have really met your own yidam or personal deity, that kind of spiritual experience is very unique, very remarkable, extremely joyous and blissful. You have some spiritual experiences of the yogic union. You've seen your main deity, that you have true vision of the deity. Like just now, I had a vision of the home Santara. When you see your path and you practice until you see your own yidam, and the yidam merges with you inside your body, the feeling of being filled with Dharma flow, that kind of Dharma joy, that kind of feeling when your Dharma power is generated, is true. But if you can't reach such a state, then there's no more to say. There was a plastic surgery department or clinic had an ad like Dr. Zheng Long from the Zhongshan Medical College. Thank you. He's the head of the plastic surgery department. So it's better to have a fake beauty than a real ugliness. If you know how to beautify yourself, then the mistresses will lose. You know, you can smooth out your wrinkles using the bills, the money. So the maintenance now is just the minor repair. It's best that you take care of it. If you maintain your beauty through plastic surgery, then you can retain your husband. I'm sorry, I just can't hear clearly. fox can't be without tails, and beautiful girls cannot without chins. Really. As Buddhists, you look like virtuous people. You are responsible for your own face as Buddhist. So Buddhists or practitioners should see your own face clearly. Do you have a greedy face? Do you have angry face? Or do you have a deluded or ignorant face? We should have a compassionate face or virtuous face. You should at least look like one of the marks of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas images, like the spirits emitted by your eyes. Is it very seductive kind or pure? Pure and innocent gaze. If you don't have, you can go find Dr. Zheng Shenlong. Let me tell you, the forehead, the face is divided into 3 parts. Above the eyebrows belongs to your youth, and from eyebrows to the tip of the nose is about your middle age, and from the tip of the nose to the chin is your later years. So that's the 3 division of the face. And the eyebrows, you can see your siblings, brothers and sisters. Your nose, from your nose you can tell your wealth. Your eyes, from your eyes you can tell the purity of your soul. And the nose is for your wealth, and the mouth can tell whether you can you can hold an office or be in positions in high ranks. And the chins are your helpers or supporters, and the ends of the eyes are about your romantic love. How many wives you have, you can tell from the fine lines when you split your hair. You can tell many things from your face, and your ears is about your health and your lifespan. So now you know siblings, wealth, spiritual or mental, romantic love, rank and position, helpers, attendants, and how many wives are marked on that hairline. So what are these? That's the interest of the school. In studying Lamdre, you also need to study the interests of the school or the mission. Then you know how to walk on the path. In order to attain Buddhahood, you have to have the mission or the interests of the school. So talking about the Vast empowerment, the inner Tantra empowerment, the high Yoga Tantra empowerment, and the Great Perfection empowerment, 4 kinds of empowerments. In order to study each of these empowerments, each of them have their own interests. And from the spiritual experiences, you can tell which fruition you have attained in your spiritual cultivation. That's the key point. Although it is a joke, but it's also a fact. Wu Zetian, the Empress. Huh? Success and sex are not related. Huh? Napoleon proved that success with height are not related, and Ma Yun proved that success and look are not related. Who? Bill Gates proved that success and education are not related, and I proved that success and I are not related. And Grandmaster proves that every one of you in your spiritual cultivation would attain fruition. The neighbor went to buy a snake wine. Inside it's a cobra, and every day I drank a little bit, and I boast to my kids and friends. It really works. I feel better and better. See Grandmaster sit upright. I also feel that I feel more energetic after taking the wine. That I felt a few years younger. This morning, I finished the wine. And I took the cobra and wanted to cook it, and it turned out to be plastic. So it's not the wine, it's your mind. So when you think that you're taking tonic, then you feel better. So after you do a practice, that you would feel good. But you have to experience the true yogic experiences, that you feel truly the Dharma flow into your body. And you could truly feel the Dharma flow, empowerment entering into your body. And in Malaysia, truly there was a Dharma flow dropping from the sky, very long flow. Dharma flow from the sky, and people took picture of it. And the rainbow was vertical, straight upright in the sky above the temple to the ceremonial hall. The ceremonial hall. It was like that. Someone took picture, and there were two grandmasters, one really big one all the way to the ceiling, and the other one is seated on the Dharma throne. There were two grandmasters. There was a tall one and a small one. Of course, I'm rather short. If I take off my high heels, then Yi-Ting would be taller than I am. She's only 12 and she's taller than I am already. But if you have a true kaya or the true body, then you would be taller than the roof. And Grandmaster met many important figures. I don't feel self-conscious because I feel that I'm as tall as the roof. So that's how I feel. During your Dharma practice, in full concentration, you would feel that the Dharma flow enters into your body, the Yidam enters into your body, the Dharma power enters into your body. And you will find that you generate your own Dharma power. You become powerful. And only when you feel that, that's called the spiritual or yogic responses or spiritual experiences. Only then you would be called in spiritual union. There was a lady in Kaohsiung made a phone call to the police, the traffic cop. The smoke is too heavy, I cannot tell the traffic lights, whether it's red or green. So don't worry, just drive. Because the smoke is so heavy that even if you pass through the red light, it's not very clear in the photo. Because you can't even see whether it's red or green light. Of course, there's no ticket because the camera to take pictures of your license plate is also not clear, right? Also blurred by the smoke. "1 a.m., the husband's not home yet. And the wife called the husband's friend, 10 friends, and asked. They all said that, oh, he's with me now. And he called the 10th friend. Huh? I don't get it. I'm sorry. Oh, why is it not clear? The key point is during your Dharma practice, it's best for you not to think of other things. Please don't let your mind run amok. If you have a thought, realize it, and then you say "pay" to eliminate it. Because you have these thoughts going on in your brain, then you cannot be in spiritual union. So, but you're practicing yourself. So if you can discover or you realize that there's a thought coming, that means you have made improvements. The same when you're chanting sutra. If there's a thought coming out during the recitation, then it's like an ad when you're watching TVs. Then it's distracting. Then you need to change the channels. So during your Dharma practice, if you have an ad of a running thought appearing, then you would say pay. And if you do your practice with purity, then Dharma flow will definitely come to you. You would feel the Dharma flow into your body. So you need to practice until you have no other thoughts. That the yidam is very clear. Then, only then, the yidam will appear. And I have taught you the key formulas and the tips and tricks and the methods. A few days ago at the Taiwan Lei Tsang temple in Pontian Kecil, Johor Bahru, it was called the Nagaraja Buddha. And the mudra is like this. The Nagaraja Buddha or the Dragon King Buddha. The mudra is similar to Kalachakra's mudra, but the fingers are not interlaced. The two tips of the thumbs are touching each other, and then you rub the thumbs 3 times. Then that would touch the heart of the Nagaraja Buddha. That's the key formula. Then he would know that you're practicing his Dharma practice. And then you do the Dharma practice. And when your body, speech and mind is purified, then he would enter into your body. And you would know for sure that he's inside your body. That you would be in union with the Nagaraja Buddha. A couple every day is fighting or arguing. I can't stand it anymore, I want to get divorced. And the husband was crying really hard, and the wife was smiling. So, you can't leave me, right? And the husband said, crying, no, that's not the case, because I found that happiness comes too suddenly. So one day, X comes to find Grandmaster. X came to see Grandmaster, and she was very serious, and she said, this is how I am nowadays. So, what do you say? What will I be in the future? And I told her, it's okay if you want to leave. I'll give you what you want. Anyone that wants to follow you, go ahead. And she said, there are several chapters and centers want to follow me. Dutan City wants to follow me, and this and that wants to follow me. And she's traveled all over the world, and she thought that she's covered everywhere. And so she wanted to leave and become independent. And she said, so what would you say? When I heard that she wanted to be independent, I almost dropped my tears because the happiness came all too suddenly. You want to leave? Oh, I'm just so happy. Really. My tears drop. I felt really moved because the happiness came all too suddenly. That the huge rock in front of me wanted to leave by herself. So I replied happily, I'll give you what you want, whatever you want. That I almost sold myself. No. In the Buddhist world, how can a Padma Kumara and another Padma Kumara go separate ways? There must be a fake Padma Kumara. So the true one cannot be fake, but the fake one can never be true. That Maha Twin Lotus Ponds is the Pure Land of all Padma Kumaras. The two ponds, the double or twin ponds, emanated by Buddhalokana's eyes of Amitabha. But you created the Pure Land of XX Hall and your own Pure Land. That's horrendous. It must be the dung. It must be the dung hole. That's your Pure Land. So happiness came all too suddenly. This is a Jogaban and an elephant. They're about to get married. Huh? Oh, so the ants asked, are you sure that we are not going to have a wedding party? And the elephant shook his head and said, no. Because your guests are too many, then we will go broke. And the ant calmly replied, no matter how many guests I have, it's not that as many as one of your relative. So all that the ants eat is not even enough for one of your friends. X thought that with one swallow that True Buddha School will be gone, would be eaten up by her. But she did not know that True Buddha School even flourishes more. We don't lose anything. So True Buddha School is becoming more and more united and more prosperous and flourishes. Another joke. What time is it now? 5:31. When we reach middle age, it's like the journey to the West. We have the pressure of the Monkey King. You know, the Monkey King has that ring around his head. That he would have headache. And have the figure of the pig, the precept pig. Hui Jin was looking at me, which she insinuated that I should talk about her. Having the figure of the pig. Huh? Oh, and with the hair of the Sa U Jing. No hair. And start nagging like the monk. And getting closer and closer to the west, which is Western paradise, which is death. So really, in middle age, Grandmaster felt I was still very cool and handsome. Really, I had a picture of it. And then from then on, it was just going downhill. Going uphill is very short. And after the middle age, going downhill is really getting faster and faster. So please treasure your time, cultivate spiritually the best you can, and attain fruition. After work, in the crowded bus stop, there was a lady wearing a lace skirt, and someone tore her skirt, and she cried out, "I just bought it. You have to pay me $800. And the man took $2,000 and gave it to her and said, "No need for change. Just give me the skirt. Take it off and give it to me." So your experience of wearing the skirt and not wearing skirt is different. The experience of wearing the lacy skirt is different. So dress for the woman is very important, but man always wears the same thing. I asked him, "Where's my suit from the past, my ties, my pants? They were very expensive." And Simu said, "They were all given away." Right? You give my suit and pants and all my shirts, give them away. All I have is just some sports sweatpants, sweatshirts, because it's difficult to exercise in Lama outfit. Do you have my swimming trunks? I still have it. I still have them. But Grandmaster is wearing this outfit as an exemplar for spiritual cultivators. So as spiritual cultivators, you have to wear your precept robes. I mean, these robes, except when you sleep. Other than that, especially if you go out, you have to wear your Lama outfit. Or whatever you're supposed to wear, you have to be neat and tidy. Whatever I wear is the best designer, the best brand. Even when you wear designer's brand, not necessarily people will pay attention, but if you wear this Lama outfit, everybody will notice you. So this is the best brand of designers. So, as Buddhists and spiritual cultivators, they are the service or the outer look for the worldly Dharma, and then the inner self for the out-of-worldly Dharma. And the compassion and the authenticity, the truthfulness is real, not faked. And our sheaf hats is our mark and our supreme mark. So if I have hair now, then that doesn't look good. So if you have been ordained, you have shaved your hair, then you have to keep your head shaved clean. It doesn't look good having hair on it. And you have to follow the rules. You have to abide by the precepts. All your actions, conduct, behavior have to be in good tidings. It has to follow the standard because everybody is looking at you. But the laity is also great. Although they have hair, but they also show signs of compassion and spiritual cultivation, outwardly and innerly. They abide by the precepts, by the rules set by the Buddha. And they have the dignity of the Upasaka and Upasaki. So let's applaud once again to show our utmost gratitude to His Holiness for this precious Buddha Dharma teaching. So December 30th, next Saturday, that would be Mahabala. And on January 21st at 2 p.m., His Holiness will be at the Fuyu Lei Tsang Temple in Hsinchu to transmit the Buddha Dharma of Skanda and Sangha Dharma. And please register yourself for the protection of the planet rulers and the blessing lights before the Chinese New Year. For the details of the Dharma ceremonies during January and February, you can get on the website. Now we are inviting His Holiness to consecrate Buddha images, to bless the great compassion holy water, and you will receive blessings wherever you are.
Om Kulu Lian-Sheng Xi Di Hong Om Kulu Lian 莲生悉地吽，唵咕噜莲生悉地吽，咕噜莲生悉地吽，唵咕噜莲生悉地吽，唵咕噜莲生悉地吽，唵咕噜莲生悉地吽，咕噜莲生悉地吽，唵咕噜莲生悉地吽，唵咕噜莲生悉地吽，唵咕噜莲生悉地吽，咕噜莲生悉地吽，唵咕噜莲生悉地吽，唵咕噜莲生悉地吽，唵咕噜莲生悉地吽，咕噜莲生悉地吽，唵咕噜莲生悉地吽，唵咕噜莲生悉地吽，唵咕噜莲生悉地吽，咕噜莲生悉地吽，唵咕噜莲生悉地吽。
恭请圣尊升法王座。
Inviting His Holiness to return to the Dharma throne. In a moment, there would be the empowerment for the home sound Tara. And this ends the English interpretation today. Thank you.
恭请师母莲香上师上法座，恭请仁波切及上师团上法座，恭请根本传承上师圣尊莲生活佛赐给与会大众吽音佛母不共大法灌顶。今天的灌顶含皈依灌顶，与会大众手结吽音佛母手印，观想吽音佛母注顶放光加持，唱诵吽音佛母心咒。 师尊赐给大众殊胜珍贵的灌顶。请大家面向坛城，我们做观想大礼拜。礼拜根本上师及十方三世一切佛，嗡阿吽。观想跪地礼拜，天心三印，二拜诸菩萨，嗡阿吽。观想跪地礼拜，天心三印，三拜护法金刚，嗡阿吽。观想跪地礼拜，天心三印，四平等一起手。迎师祖请就位，钟鼓手请就位。弟子众等祈愿师尊
佛体安康，长寿自在，
也祈请师尊
常驻台湾，大转法轮，广度众生。
咕噜莲生悉地吽，咕噜莲生悉地吽，咕噜莲生悉地吽，咕噜莲生悉地吽，咕噜莲生悉地吽，咕噜莲生悉地吽，咕噜莲生悉地吽，咕噜莲生悉地吽，咕噜莲生悉地吽，咕噜莲生悉地吽，咕噜莲生悉地吽，咕噜莲生悉地吽，咕噜莲生悉地吽，咕噜莲生悉地吽，咕噜莲生悉地吽，咕噜莲生悉地吽，咕噜莲生悉地吽，咕噜莲生悉地吽，咕噜莲生悉地吽，咕噜莲生悉地吽，咕噜莲生悉地吽，咕噜莲生悉地吽，咕噜莲生悉地吽，咕噜莲生悉地吽，咕噜莲生悉地吽，咕噜莲生。
贵宾、同门及善信大德前来护持今天圣尊主坛的吽音佛母护摩大法会，法会吉祥圆满。也感谢网络上的同门收看。今天的网络直播就到这里。台湾雷藏寺祝福大家平安吉祥，谢谢大家，阿弥陀佛。